All right, welcome to another edition of the program Talking Politics on Independent Television. On today's edition of the program, we will be looking at the local government area. Since local government is very, very critical and it is closer to the grassroots, and as a result of these people, we want to see the dividends of democracy, because local government elections bring the people closer to the people, to the community, and they will be able to look at the pertinent political issues, the dividends of democracy, and how each of those political parties are bringing development to the grassroots. So on this edition of the program Talking Politics, my guest rather will be the national chairman of New Nigerian People's Party, Dr. Ajuji Ahmed, who will be able to give us his own answers to these particular questions, and how the local government area will be closer to the people, the dividends of the local government, and political aspirants who are aspiring to go into that office, how optimistic it is when we are able to look at the development at the grassroots. My name is Bernard Essien. Thank you. As you stick around, my guests will be joining me soon.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much indeed. I welcome you also to my office, and for the opportunity to air my views on the local government elections in the FCT, which is coming up next year.
Okay, first of all, let's look at the basic requirement for political parties, and most especially the turnout of voters. What do you really think as a political party? What should political parties do so that there will be large turnout for Nigerians in respect of the elections?
I think your observation underlines the fact that mostly during local government elections, the turnout normally is lower than other national elections. However, we believe Nigerians will realize pretty soon that, especially with the passage of the last local government bill that now empowers the federal government to allocate resources directly to the local governments, local government will now be a very vital third tier of governance across the country, and in the FCT in particular, to now make themselves available to elect their representatives at the local government level, because of the relevance of the local government tier of administration in the provision of the dividends of democracy to the electorate. We believe parties have a role to play in making sure that the turnout is as large as possible because of the relevance of that third tier of governance in the country.
Maybe some progress in respect of the New Nigerian People's Party, even when it was registered few years before the general election, and we saw the substitution of the New Nigerian People's Party side by side the Kwankwasia movement. It is like a movement, not just movement, a followership. So what exactly prompted the New Nigerian People's Party to maybe conscientize the people and decide to say, okay, New Nigerian People's Party, as long as we're able to get Kano State, we should be able to look at it in some state of the federation on how we can have presence.
People's Party was not registered 2 years ago or 2 years before the election. The party as a structure has been in existence for a long time. We came into the party in 2022, and we participated in the 2023 elections with the kind of spectacular results that we came up with. Before then, the New Nigerian People's Party has not been able to provide a platform for the election of a single individual in any national elective or state elective position. But with our coming and with the followership that we have, particularly in the Kwankwasia organization, which is now an integral part of the New Nigeria People's Party, we have been able to galvanize the population sufficiently enough to now win elections in one state, record a spectacular appearance in the national presidential election, as well as winning 2 senatorial seats, about 17 to 19, I believe, House of Representative seats, practically entire membership of the Kano State House Assembly, a number of seats in Jigawa State House Assembly, and 1 in House of Representatives in Jigawa State, the same thing in Bauchi, as well as in Taraba State. Recently, we also won a seat in Adamawa in their local government elections. So it is a party that has actually a national spread, in the sense that we have offices in every state of the Federation and FCT. Now witness a more spectacular success for the party come 2027.
Okay, first of all, we have seen a situation in Nigerian democratic space where the national chairman from a particular political party, if it's from the state, the same political party with the state governor, you notice that there is always challenge. I don't want to name the political parties now, but how has New Nigerian People's Party has able to, the philosophy behind New Nigerian People's Party, because we tend not to have some fisticuff within yourself. Even if some few months ago I learned somebody was claiming to be the national chairman of the New Nigerian People's Party. What is your take on that?
Yeah, there are always claims here and there that this spiritual group is also constituted leadership of the party and so on and so forth. National convention of the party in 2022 elected, duly elected officials for the party nationally across all available seats at the ward, local government, state, zonal, as well as national levels. There was at that time no division, no rancor, and no splinter group out of New Nigerian People's Party. After the election, we had some hiccups with a few individuals who now constituted some kind of nuisance, I should say, to the leadership of the party. The constitution of the New Nigerian People's Party found them wanting and had initially suspended them, but when they did not retract their steps, we expelled them from the party. This is the group that you have been hearing about, who went to court after court after court in Ekiti, in Anambra, in Oyo, in Kano, in FCT, and Imo, and I believe River State. But every case they lodged against the authentic New Nigerian People's Party, they lost them. They still continue to make noise, because even yesterday I have seen that they issued a press statement saying purportedly that one or the other of our officers and the national leader himself was suspended, or whatever they called it, from the party. But this is just a group of people with no relevance in the scheme of things in the New Nigerian People's Party, who are just trying to make noise here and there. However, we are very proud to be the party within which there is absolutely no division within the ranks of its National Working Committee. We are working as a single, united nucleus of the party, and the party is governed by the democratic principles set out in its constitution, and we are very proud of that and proud of the record that we set in party administration so far.
Okay, if that is going to happen and the philosophy of the New Nigerian People's Party, let's look at the expression of interest from a nomination from looking at New Nigerian People's Party. Will it be so expensive for the common man to maybe to get, that is, and the opportunities for the women also, looking at the forthcoming local area councils in the Federal Capital Territory?
The expression of interest and nomination forms, their expenses, so to say, or prices, if you want, in the New Nigerian People's Party is the lowest, given a comparison with the other political parties and what they charge. I think if we compare ourselves with what PDP or APC or even Labour Party charges, our own charges are a fraction of that. And when it comes to women and youth, whoever falls within the category of youth is entitled to pay only 50% of the nomination form, persons living with disabilities. And therefore, we wanted to open the democratic space as wide as possible for disadvantaged groups and other persons with disabilities, for example, to participate actively in the political process and without being hindered solely by the fact that their financial circumstances are restricting them. That is why we knocked off up to 50% of what we charge normal individuals as expression of interest and nomination forms, and apply that to those disadvantaged groups. And therefore, I believe we are as democratic as possible.
Abasu and the former APC chairman, Ajuji. Some political analysts have said his resignation is to go back to the Kano state and try to strategize and looking at how the Kwankwasia movement should be able to have the real philosophy of the APC. Aren't the New Nigerian People's Party scared if he is going back to Kano with the former APC chairman to go and relax there and try to strategize? Do you really think that he will be using hook or net for maybe try to go for fishing of those aspiring voters?
We don't know what he is planning to do. His resignation or dismissal or sacking from the APC chairmanship position is absolutely an issue completely left to the APC alone. We have no interference in that regard. If he's coming to Kano to do anything politically, it is a democratic space. We welcome him. We do not fear challenges from him as an individual in the APC, or indeed the APC itself as a party. We know our strength in Kano and in other states of the Federation, and therefore we do not fear anybody, much less Abdullahi Ganduje. Whatever he wanted to do in Kano, he is free to do so. We will compete with him, or he is free to compete with us on a level playing field. He didn't come to Kano at all after his resignation, but right now I have been informed, I hope reliably, that instead of being in Kano, he's in London. So maybe he has gone into exile instead of going back home for politicking.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Ajuji. Crazy and the grassroots. I really want you to give me maybe some score of 1 to 10 to really know the political space. Have we been able to get dividends of democracy at the grassroots? And if we have not, since NNPP is participating in the forthcoming area council election in the FCT, what do you think the NNPP will be able to do so that they were able to change the narratives in the future?
That is NNPP. It's a party that is completely different from the other established political parties because we are people-oriented by philosophy and by vision. And when you have such a philosophy and objective to fulfill, then of course you go to the grassroots to provide every available or providable opportunities for them to enjoy or even participate in what the dividends of democracy has been provided them. In Kano, for example, of course we operate definitely from the bottom up by providing health facilities, by renovating schools, especially in severely disadvantaged locations of the state, by providing infrastructure not just in the metropolitan areas but also in the villages and towns, village after village, community after community, because we believe that is the only way that the people at the grassroots level can feel the existence and impact of government. When it comes to the FCT, our philosophy is absolutely the same. Those of us who are contesting for elective positions, either as chairman or councillor in the FCT, bears the same hallmark that we have. They campaign based on the kind of promises that we provide in our manifesto, namely that government at the end of the day is for the common man at the bottom of the ladder. And therefore they are not promising to provide free seats to Jerusalem or to Mecca, which is for the elite, but to provide potable water, to provide security apparatus and maintenance of peace and order at the local village level, community level, to provide hospital services, maternity services to those who need them, and such services are needed mostly at the communal local level, to provide education and health services at the grassroots level. If you walk around the FCT and come across any of our aspirants campaigning, ask them and they are going to tell you exactly the same thing. Human heart that we have to concentrate on the common man instead of going on elitist escapades for providing flyovers or new buses or land cruisers to elected officials and so on and so forth. That is not our way. Our way is to provide actual amenities needed by the common man on the ground.
Okay, social amenities. Do you see the philosophy of Buhari, late President Muhammadu Buhari, 12 million votes? You learned the statement of former boss Mustafa, who actually said that that vote is no more available. So it's or have some chunk in part of that vote. What do you think about that, sir?
It's an open political field. We definitely hope to convince those that voted for Buhari to also vote for us, because Buhari's followership is virtually legendary. The same thing with Rabi Musa Konkoso. Definitely it is going to be a sizable population, electoral, what do you call it, asset for us to ride on and win any national election in the future.
Okay, draw the curtains for today's edition of the program, and I have been with Dr. Ajuji Ahmed, who is the New Nigerian People's Party. He has advocated also that they are really ready to participate in the forthcoming area council elections in the FCT, and not only that, they are actually different from other political parties whose philosophy or maybe manifesto is about building bridges and providing CNG buses. Their philosophy as the New Nigerian People's Party is to go down to the grassroots, look at healthcare, look at education, and make sure that the people are able to get the dividends of democracy, that they will surely participate in the local council election next year, and their expression of interest form is not really expensive like other political parties, that they have their doors are open to the youth, the less privileged, the women, and people with disability. My name is Bernard Esel on the program Talking Politics on Independent Radio, and it is indeed a pleasure to join the National Chairman of New Nigerian People's Party, Dr. Ajuji Ahmed, for joining me on the program Talking Politics on Independent Television, Abuja.
Thank you very much indeed. It has been my pleasure to host you in my office, and it is my pleasure also to talk to you. I look forward to seeing you again soon for us to provide you with details of our plans and projections for not just the council elections in the FCT, but also the national election coming up in 2027. Once again, thank you very much, Peter. I hope to see you very soon.
All right, thank you so much.
This is where we'll be drawing the curtains on today's edition of the program, and we have heard from the national chairman of the New Nigerian People's Party, Dr. Ajuji Ahmed, who has stated categorically that the New Nigerian People's Party is really ready to participate in the local council election, and because they believe in grassroots development, and that is what the philosophy on how they were able to come on board in Kano State. So we'll be looking at how events are unfolding, because we do know that local government is very, very critical, and the strategy of how New Nigerian People's Party will be able to give the dividends of democracy, which will be different from other political parties. Time will tell when the elections comes up by next year, and we hope and believe that we will be able to take this particular word and to this interview to all those who understand the dynamics and the development and the grassroots, to see how the grassroots can be able to work stronger when it has to do with the development at the grassroots. My name is Bernard Esed, and this is where we'll be drawing the curtains for this edition of the program, Talking Politics on Independent Television Abuja. Thank you.